Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Randomized. This is the final chapter, Light, Part 2, where we have to kill this fire dragon. He is a very, very scary enemy, as you can see there. All of his stats are extremely high. Or, is it a her? I can't tell. It's tough to tell with dragons. One thing I forgot to point out at the end of the last part is if you went to the three specific bonus chapters, I forget the name of the first one, but it was after chapter 19X. So if you go to chapters 19XX, let's see, 24X, it's called Genesis, the one that takes place right after Living Legend, and then chapter, I want to say 32X, which is the Meaning of Life, a Hector Mode exclusive map, Nurgle will have bonus dialogue that reveals more information about his past and other things. I'm actually going to leave that completely and 100% spoiler-free. Not like I could have shown it off, since I couldn't get to chapter 19XX, and I failed to get to Genesis because I'm kinda bad at this game. Anyway, Aureola, Forblaze, Armads, and Durandal, as well as the Wormslayer and the Soulcotty, they all deal effective damage against against this dragon here, but as you can see, that effective damage is very low. Athos can just barely double this thing if he's not being weighed down. Our goal, however, is to just simply use Luna. You can't see its HP total, but I believe it's 120. Athos only needs 4 attacks from Luna in order to finish this thing out, or at least I assume it's 120. We're gonna go ahead and fire one off, just to see if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, but this dragon, it looks intimidating, but it's a pushover. Athos at base stat, or with his base stats, will always be able to defeat this dragon, no problem. And then with a Restore Staff on someone like Dorcas here, you can just heal Athos right up. So the only the only dangers in this chapter is that there are some sages, druids, and bishops and the like lining the sides of the corridor in places that you can't reach. They have various long-range tomes and status staves, and you can't really get to any of them without a warp staff. Even then, I wouldn't recommend using it up to get to these guys. They are your only danger. The dragon, he does not move, but he does have a range of 3. So I'm going to want to play for Dorcas and get him out of there. His damage, however, is fixed at 39, so as long as you have, let's see, 13 or more speed to avoid getting doubled by the dragon, and 40 or more HP, you will survive. No problem. Anyway, we're going to get Jafar back up there. Nils, I do believe if he moves as far as he can, he gets just out of range of both that sage and this bishop. This druid here, he has a sleep staff, not really dangerous, especially since I have Will and Dorcas, both with Restore Staffs to keep everyone nice and healthy. Speaking of nice and healthy, though, let's go ahead and let Hector actually, let's let Hector actually heal up. And then I would have gotten that, C rank support between Hector and Eliwu for a little bit extra, boost at this point in the game, but it really wouldn't have boosted anything significant for Hector. Eliwu's anima affinity only boosts your ability to dodge, your defense, and your damage output. So I really would not have been able to benefit from it much at all. I do believe other units, if they're strong enough, can deal some very minuscule damage to the dragon. I really wouldn't recommend risking it, like, at all. Unless you're going for a one-turn kill and you need multiple people to land hits. But even then, I'd bank on a critical hit from Athos before I'd let other units try and fight the dragon. It might be possible if you train up the main lords, though. Well, just Hector and Eliwu. Lyn will never be able... I don't think Lyn can ever get strong enough to really do good damage against the dragon. She might be able to double him, but her Soul Caudy is just so weak. Yeah, and this guy, I don't know why he's targeting Will. Maybe Will's just the best option for him. Seems a little weird to me, though. Anyway, let's go ahead and... Let's see, how much HP do you have left? 60, eh? Well then, that means if we recover Athos... Woo! And then attack with Luna. Yeah, as a kid, I always used to stick purely to Areola or Forblaze to, you know, get the maximum damage output. Actually, I used to use Areola. I never thought about saving the body ring for Athos to use. Then we play for him and let him do one more Luna, and I never even thought to use Luna. Luna trivializes the endgame of Fire Emblem 7, as you have plainly seen. A high magic unit access to a magic tome that ignores resistance with 30 damage on it. Yeah, Athos basically trivializes this entire endgame. Anyway... So, with all that, I'm gonna go ahead and skip the epilogue. We never talked to that guy, so it doesn't make much sense to talk to him. Athos dies, and everyone's all sad because an old man they met well, actually, he's been around for a long while. And the text auto-scrolls, so you can't make it go faster by mashing A. Nils and Ninian, they get to return home. I guess that's not really much of a spoiler. Fire Emblem Heroes already spoiled that Ninian is part dragon. That's part of the reason why I like to pair Ninian with Eliwood. If Eliwood marries, or if Eliwood gets an A support with Ninian, then Ninian becomes Roy's mother, and that makes Roy 1/4 dragon. It's, yeah, it's very, well, perfectly just fan servicey because it doesn't do Roy any favors. There's no transfer bonuses, and I just love this outfit on Hector. He looks so suave. I do believe if you skip making a tactician, you skip those scenes. And here we have the staff roll. I'm gonna go ahead and let it play, and I'm just gonna talk about a few things. I just wanted to give everyone a big thank you for watching and or subscribing as I made this series. My channel is really small, and I would love to get the numbers up, but at this point in time, every view, every subscription, it's all just really contributes a lot, and it does mean a lot to me. So thank you all for, well, basically providing support. Every little bit helps, and I'm very thankful for all of you for that. And hopefully I'll be able to do some more stuff to return that to you for the future. I do have a few ideas for my next Let's Play. One piece of advice I did get about Let's Plays is that you do want to make sure that it's something you're interested in doing. So doing something that's entirely up to fan vote or up to fan decisions, not always the best idea, since you end up forcing yourself to play, and that's not a good situation to be in, believe me, I know. However, I do have a few games I've been thinking about doing a Let's Play for that I'd be more than willing to let you guys decide on. As I already mentioned kind of recently, there's Fate Extra on the PlayStation Portable. If I can figure out how to get that to work, that is definitely something I'd be interested in doing. Oh, 99 turns on Night of Farewells. How did I get to 99? That is weird. Anyway. Oh yeah, and then this is like a Where Are They Now epilogue. If you want to read through it, go right ahead. I'll put up a poll so you don't have to keep listening to me ramble on. And then the battles, win and lost things, that might also be off a little bit because I ended up using save states to make it easier to jump back into the game, and loading those up doesn't keep those stats intact. Anyway. Let's see, yeah, Fate Extra is one. I was also thinking of doing a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game. Well, no, not a Game Boy Advance Pokemon. I was thinking Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness on the GameCube. I was watching a little bit of a playthrough that someone else was doing, and it got me interested in trying a few things I've never done before on that game, and that would be rather interesting. It was the King Nappy, by the way. That's who I was talking about. I love his energy, but his, no, yeah, I just love his energy. Go check it out if you're interested. But he got me interested in thinking of going through XD Gale of Darkness again. I can also do other Fire Emblems. I could do this one. I could attempt to try a ranked run. I've never done that before, so it would probably end up horrible. But I could try it if you are interested. I can also do another randomizer, but make it much more chaotic. You can randomize base stats, growth rates, boss enemies, the whole shebang. You can even randomize weapon effects. So, for example, you could make all iron weapons have the effect of attacking twice. Very, very shenanigans. Let's see, but I can do that for this Fire Emblem, as well as Fire Emblem 6, The Binding Blade, featuring Roy. That one was never officially released outside of Japan, but I do have a translated ROM that I can use. I'm gonna definitely have to find a way to... Well, yeah, no. I can do that one. I can do that regular or randomized. I'm not as familiar with the Binding Blades, so it'd be a little tough to do. I also have the 8th Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones. Again, available for a vanilla playthrough, or I can randomize it. That one is very interesting with a randomizer, although mine isn't as good as a few others I've seen. But it can still be rather interesting. And then I guess finally, well, my Switch doesn't like to behave when I try to record on it, but I do have Octopath Traveler that I can do a Let's Play for, as well as Kirby Star Allies. That's a fun little game. And then beyond that, I can't really think of too much else. I've also been working on a few other scripts in the meantime. And don't worry about Golden Sun: The Lost Stage. I actually have been working on that. I'm about halfway through. I've got about half the game recorded. I still need to do a lot of editing. It's probably going to be a while before that one goes up. You'll know when it's up. I'll just start uploading it. But that one is a work in progress, but it should be ready to go soon-ish, I hope. But I'm always working on that one, and I definitely intend to get the Golden Sun: The Lost Stage up on my channel at some point. I won't be able to do Dark Dawn, the third game in the Golden Sun series, unfortunately. I can't really capture footage from my 3DS at this point in time. Yeah, and then for PlayStation 2 games, I was thinking I could do the original Ratchet & Clank. That one would take me a little bit of time to secure because I don't own a copy. I'd have to pick one up. But the original Ratchet & Clank would be a good pick for me overall. I've also got Shadow Hearts Covenant. I'm not very familiar with it, but I would love to be able to show it off. It's an old classic RPG that I really enjoy. And there's also what else is there? Well, I guess there's also Final Fantasy 15. I'm not very familiar with Final Fantasy 15 at all either, but I can learn and grow and all that stuff. Yeah, but I'll put together a poll of some sorts. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for any and all of the support. It's small right now, but I'm hoping to be able to get this up to something that's well, every little bit helps, and this is a lot of fun to do, and I'm just glad I was able to make something that at least keeps you entertained. At least I very much hope so, that it helps you, or helped you stay entertained. Whatever works best. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let the credits or the epilogue finish playing for you, and I'll leave it at that. So, for the last time for Fire Emblem Randomized, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Spaced Oyster signing out.